I'm David Shire. The World Soundtrack Academy has asked any interested composers to submit a short video about their careers, and in the interest of economy and coherence, I've made a few notes. I've been composing TV and film scores for the last 50 years or so, and I seem to be best known for the scores for The Conversation, the original Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, Return to Oz, All the President's Men, Norma Rae, for which I won the Best Song Oscar with lyricist Norman Gimbel, and some instrumentals for Saturday Night Fever. Although many know me as primarily a film scorer, I began my professional career composing for my first and lifelong love, the musical theater. Through 6 decades, along with my lifelong lyricist collaborator Richard Maltby, I've written the scores for a dozen stage musicals, produced variously on and off Broadway, regionally and internationally. I mention this because my initial and ongoing experience writing dramatic music for the musical theater has made me a better film composer. And the reverse is true. The last high-profile feature I scored was for David Fincher's Zodiac, and since then I've scored half dozen indies, low-budget films in my home studio using my sample library and Logic. For the last 25 years, I've lived in the Hudson Valley, about 15 minutes north of New York City, where I've written 3 more regionally produced stage musicals, while occasionally scoring those independent films. Maltby and I have recently finished a new show, which will go into pre-production as soon as the pandemic permits it to. In 2017, I was honored by the World Soundtrack Academy with a Lifetime Achievement Award. I loved my 2 days in Ghent. I got to meet and talk shop with a number of composers I'd always admired, hear and perform some of my music with the WSA Symphony Orchestra, and spend some time strolling around that beautiful city with my beautiful wife, Dee Dee Khan. I wouldn't mind being invited back someday. It's especially gratifying to see the reception that film music gets in Europe. Really inspiring. Like many of my peers, I've been heavily influenced by all kinds of music and composers: classical, film, pop, rock, theater, ethnic, you name it. Because I draw from these sources so heavily, I'm always pleasantly surprised and somewhat relieved when listeners tell me that they recognize a characteristic Shire style and personality, whatever genre I'm working in. I'm 83 now, in good health, defiantly unretired, and very grateful to still have exciting composing projects to keep me busy. Legendary film director John Huston, still working in his 80s, was asked in an interview what the secret of his what his productive longevity was. And he answered, staying interested. Well, I'm still very interested, and I hope to stay that way for a good many more years.